Hi all, in this video let's see what is unabrasive JavaScript and why it is important. So firstly, let me explain about abrasive JavaScript. What is abrasive JavaScript? In sense, here we have a code, okay, I have a code, this is a HTML code. In this HTML code, I have also included the JavaScript event. It means the presentation and the behavior both are mixed. In sense, HTML and the JavaScript both are mixed. So this is abrasive JavaScript code. So this code is abrasive JavaScript code. Unabrasive JavaScript code means you need to separate out the content, I mean the document content from the JavaScript content, script content. It means I just only do what is the representation. The presentation of HTML I will be keeping here, and all the related JavaScript content will be attached in a separate JS file. So usually we write all the JavaScript code here and CSS code in a separate file and HTML code in a separate file. That is what we usually do. But apart from that, we should not include any of the JavaScript events or any of the code in between this presentation layer. In fact, we need to separate out the document content and the separate content, I mean script content. So if you want to add any of the event to this input field, so this is how you need to do. In the JavaScript, what you are going to do, you are going to collect document.getElement by ID means you will be getting that element. By taking that element, you'll be writing your on-click event, and on this on-click event, this function would be you're writing your function. So in this way, you need to separate out the JavaScript code completely from the HTML code. In fact, you need to divide. You should not touch the presentational code and the behavioral code. Both should be separated out. If you want to work with the JavaScript code, it will be in a separate code. You are not touching HTML page anymore. So why we are doing so? Okay, what's the reason why, how this unobfuscated code is helping us? Okay, see, assume like this. So the main intention of this unobfuscated code is we need a JavaScript. You wrote a JavaScript code. Okay, any user who is visiting our web page, okay, if for some reason the JavaScript is not working, so there are a couple of reasons. He may wantedly switch off the JavaScript, he may wantedly disable the JavaScript in his browser, or browser is not allowing JavaScript to be executed, or he is running in an older browser where the JavaScript code you wrote is not feasible to run in his machine. So there may be any number of reasons where JavaScript code may not execute in the browser. Fine. But for these reasons, if a visitor is trying to visit your web page, if it is not opening, then it is no use. At least you need to see the content. So that is the reason. That is the main goal here. If you separate out the JavaScript events and its code in a separate code like this, so at least if he is not enable the JavaScript code, JavaScript is not enabled in his browser, or for some reason JavaScript is not there, then we no need to worry. At least our website he can be able to see. So this is an unobfuscated JavaScript code. We need to build this. We need to build our website in such a way that we need to habituate with the unobfuscated JavaScript code. This is not hard, but at the beginning it would be a bit tricky. But you need to understand your site should work without JavaScript also. Okay, without JavaScript, in sense, if they without JavaScript, the application won't work, of course. But the initial impression, it's like you need to show the document, or your website should come, right? The person should read the content of your site. Okay, that is the thing. So that is that you should not break at any cost. That should be our main motto. Okay, so that is the reason. Try to separate out the presentation layer with the behavior layer. So this is about the unobfuscated JavaScript coding. So usually this is very much important, because there, as I mentioned, there are a couple of reasons. If you write your JavaScript code and which is not running in the older browsers, then your website will not load. If a person he wantedly disable the JavaScript, then this code will not execute. If the browser itself is hiding for the security reasons, it is not running the JavaScript code. In these reasons also, our JavaScript code may not run. In these situations also, our website should be visible to the user. He should read something on the page. Okay. It means we need to separate out the presentational and the behavior, both the JavaScript. So that part of writing the part of code is known as the unobtrusive JavaScript coding. This is very much important. Recently, I have heard this in the interview question. So that's the reason I'm doing this video. So hope you understand the video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos.